Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and I pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, safe, and thriving. You know, this morning I did a lot of inner work before I pushed the go button today for all kinds of good reasons. You know, it's really interesting. About 4 years ago when I started this whole idea of doing treehouse talks, it was, man, I look back at that and I think to myself, wasn't that the time? All you were doing was talking about eating more vegetables, doing your wind sprints, making sure that you meditate, you know, and really a whole lot of physiological, neurochemical goodness. And you know what's really, really interesting this morning? I understand now why I was doing that then, because it's exactly what we need to be doing right now. You know, we're getting ready for the next evolution. And it's going to cause a significant and ask us to be participating in a revolution from within. And I this morning woke up and there was a level of intensity with my intention, the way I worked out this morning. I was asked, you know, it was really interesting. I was really talking to God throughout my entire workout. I usually talk to God just before, then I listen during my workout. But today I was just like, oh, guide me. Just guide me. And the message was so clear from God this morning. You work out like you're working in. You give yourself permission to cultivate a level of neurochemistry that gives you a sense of purpose, a sense of focus, a sense of courage. So when you go out in the world today, you are out there not allowing anything to penetrate your opulent bubble. And the opulent bubble should never be confused with being in denial. It's like, I want to fortify this opulent bubble through putting really clean, awesome vegetables in my body. I want to work out with a level of zeal and a level of intensity so it builds and fortifies my strength. So when I leave the safety of my home, I'm out in the world just like you. Together, you and I are out in the world and we've said, you know what? I've got this morning. I've got this all day long. I fortified this vessel. And you know what's interesting? 4 years ago, I was just talking about things like losing weight. Well, here's what we're going to lose the weight of today. We're going to lose the heaviness of wondering what it is that we could be doing today. And we absolutely know how we will be showing up today. When 4 years ago, I talked about the whole idea of anti-aging based on putting more and more vegetables in your life, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to release the inflammation of giving myself the opportunity to become a clear channel for living the purpose that has been placed inside of you and me. I know that moral contagion is anti-inflammatory medicine. And yes, if putting more broccoli and more kale and more blueberries into my system, and that lowers my inflammation so I can become rising in my experience of the light and the love that I want to be broadcasting. And yes, my opulent bubble becomes non-penetratable by anything or anyone. And yes, 4 years ago, I used to talk all about the ideas of physiology and gene expression and how it is that we can be ninjas for possibility. Well, you know what? This morning, before you open your refrigerator door, before you put on your walking or running shoes, before you go out in the world, just galvanize. Place your hands on your heart and sequester those 40,000 neurocardiology cells. And you just say, you know what, right here and right now, I stand on the conviction that I am a warrior for the light. I am an agent for healing. I begin by healing this body, this mind, this spirit, this soul. And as an agent of healing, I go out in the world and I broadcast healing for everyone who lays eyes on me today. That is not an ego statement. That is a soulful knowing of the greatest work that I have inside of me that I bring outside of me. Have you ever wondered if you have the motivation to take impeccable care of your mind, your body, and your spirit? Well, look out in the world right now and see yourself as an agent of healing. See yourself as a possibilitarian, because that is your diet of choice. And wouldn't it be amazing if when people laid eyes on you, they openly wept and knew that's exactly what they wanted to do too? They cheered for themselves because they saw the way that you carried yourself. It is a beautiful day to take impeccable care of your mind, your body, and your soul, so you can go out in the world and broadcast the possibility that every human being has inside of them. Some may be deeply disconnected from it right now, but I do believe we all have it. And whether or not we source it and resource it, that's not ours to decide. Only we can decide that we will do what we came here to do. So let's rise up, let's shine up, let's be the change we absolutely need to see and be in the world today. I love you. I believe in you. I see you. Thank you. Bye for now.